Hello friends, welcome to the learning series on the great scientists and technologists of the world. Today we are going to learn about Isaac Newton, one of the most famous and renowned scientists of the 17th century. Kindly watch till the end to know the unknown areas of Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton, a scientist, had thoughts and ideas far ahead of his time. He showed an interest in exploring everything. He discovered the laws of gravitation. An ray of light is made up of many colors. He also wrote a book called Principia, which is famous till now. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and click on the bell button to get our subsequent videos. Let's go into the video. Sir Isaac Newton was born on December 25, 1642, in a small town called Woolsthorpe in Lincolnshire, England. When he was very small, his family gathered around him to pray because the doctor had said that the little baby would die. Their prayers were answered. The little baby lived and grew up to be one of the greatest scientists the world has ever seen. He was born into a family of farmers. His father died 3 months before he was born. After a few years, his mother remarried a man who treated little Isaac very badly. In spite of being treated poorly by all of this, little Isaac showed signs of genius that would make him one of the most popular names in the whole world. As a child, Isaac showed astonishing creativity and an eagerness to explore almost anything. He also had a keen interest in religion. An interest that later on defined his very way of thinking. Although Isaac had a passion for learning, he showed only a little interest in school. In fact, his teachers referred to him as a quiet, inattentive boy who was always daydreaming. Whenever he had some spare time, Isaac was always reading books and inventing some small toy or another. He made carts, windmills, and various other small contraptions, including a flower-making machine that was run by a mouse. When he was 19 years old, Isaac Newton finished school and entered the University of Cambridge. To everyone's surprise, he opted for a law degree. It was no surprise that, within a short period of time, he lost interest in the lectures at the college. He hated the way all the professors just taught him things from the textbooks on great philosophers like Aristotle and Plato. They did not allow Isaac or any of the other students to experiment with things. Isaac once said, "Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my best friend is truth." One day, while attending a book fair at Cambridge University, the young Isaac Newton happened to pick up a book on astrology. He was surprised to find that he could not understand what was written in the book, since it had a lot of mathematics in it. Isaac did not give up. He picked up books on mathematics, trigonometry, and geometry and soon became a master of the subject. Isaac received his graduation in 1665. At that time, a deadly disease called the plague attacked the town. Many people were killed. Although he was mildly affected, Isaac managed to survive but had to leave the university in order to recover from the deadly illness. He went back to his farm in Lincolnshire, and Isaac recovered quickly. He was soon bored with the quiet farm life and spent many hours wandering about the farm, thinking about the wonderful scientific and mathematical truths that he had learned at the university. He set up a small lab on the farm and began to conduct small experiments. One day, Isaac went for a walk on the farm. He had learned that the earth was constantly moving around. This made him wonder why he wasn't thrown off the surface of the earth. What made him stick to the surface of the earth? Passing by an apple tree, Isaac decided to sit down under its shade and rest for a while. As he pondered his thoughts, an apple came crashing down from the tree and fell on his head. Isaac shouted out in pain, picked up the apple, and held it up. Far away in the distant sky, just behind the apple, Isaac could see the moon. He realized that the apple fell because the earth, like a huge magnet, had drawn the apple to it. Newton realized that the earth's gravity pulled every object towards it. That was Newton's law of gravity. This law was just the beginning of things to come. Newton went on to prove that a ray of light was made up of many colors. He did this with a prism that split the white light into a colorful spectrum. He then went on to design a revolutionary reflecting telescope. Newton's various laws explained a wide range of things that most people did not understand: the unpredictable orbits of comets, the tides and their variations, and that the motion of the moon was disturbed by the gravity of the sun. Newton was a strong-willed man and once remarked, "If I waited for other people to make things for me, I would never get anything done." Other scientists were happy to propose theories and let others perform experiments. They asked Newton why he preferred to work on his own experiments, which were sometimes dangerous. Newton replied, "The mind is tired when not balanced by honest labor with the hands." In 1687, Newton published a book with all his inventions and findings. This book, called Principia, is still today recognized as the best scientific book ever written. This work made Newton an international leader in scientific research. In 1668, the University of Cambridge elected Newton as one of its lecturers. A few years later, Newton decided to resign from his post at the university. Since he was already a very popular figure, he was able to get elected to Parliament. He was later put in charge of the Royal Mint. During this time, he radically improved the country's poor coinage system. In 1705, Queen and knighted him. From then on, he was referred to as Sir Isaac Newton. He was the first scientist to be knighted. He was also the first person to be knighted for his mental capability, not his military capability. Newton was elected president of the Royal Society and grew to be a very rich, very happy old man. When he died in 1727, Isaac Newton, the farmer boy from Lincolnshire, was buried in Westminster Abbey, a famous burial plot that was reserved for a king. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family.